Hello to anybody that's listening. I decided to take my journey today. There's a lot of things against me right now. Many people are trying to keep me from my mission that's been given to me by God. And I've learned of things happening to me, what they're trying to do to stop me from accomplishing any of this. I've learned what companies have taken from me, but I know what my mission is. I'm going to show you all what has led me here so that you guys can be my witness. It's a part of who I am and my becoming, what the world needs to become, so that we can all have our sovereignty back once again. So this thing that I'm going to show you in front. So I live on Hopewell land, okay? This is slightly off of my property, and it's hunting season. So, but I'll show you what's in front of me, and then you guys can decide on what's here and what's not. I know what's here in my heart, but you guys decide. So there's a rose quartz I placed right there. I did a ritual or whatever to protect this land and make it sacred once more. But this rock in front of me, that's no ordinary rock. This is the Appalachian Mountains here. And I'm at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains at Chillicothe or Ross County. And these rocks are abnormal. From what I know to be, this is not. It's different. And people can say what they want, but I've also got things down at my house that are also like artifacts of some sort. Let me take you down here to the really crazy one. Oh. Okay. So this one I wish I wouldn't have flipped, because now I feel like it's going to get damaged, but I thought I saw something under it. I could not tell, and I needed proof. I need proof with all the stuff that I'm finding out and learning and what I've discovered about myself. And this piece right here, you guys tell me what you see. I see fingers that have ran through here at one time. I see some sort of clay that was placed on top and they lined it with some sort of metal. That's what I see. There's a piece up here. At one time though, I believe this piece they covered with clay, and then they probably put some sort of symbols and symbolism within the clay itself. I can't say for sure. I'm not one of those, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not those people who are telling us one thing and it's something totally opposite. So, whatever I have here is not normal. I've dug up things at the base of my property. I have pictures of it. I can prove everything I'm saying. They want you to believe certain things, but my ancestors led me here. The Hopewell led me here. Started with, at age 19, I started seeing the 1111. The 1111 turned into other double digits and triple digits and whatnot. And then it changed and transitioned to even more complex patterns. So like, for example, things that still added up to 11, like 29 or 38 or 47, things like that. But I started seeing those on top of everything else I already saw. But what led me here was the pattern recognition. And I don't know, probably at the age of 29, I think I was 29. So that was 11 too. That's when I had my bear dream. That's when my daughter was getting ready to be born. In the bear dream, the bear chased me. And I woke up totally traumatized from the whole experience. I was so sad, so upset. I couldn't handle it. I wrote it down. It's somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It could still be at my grandmother's house. That's where I was living when I was going through a transition to where I live now. Man, I've got so much to tell you guys, and I feel like if I don't share this right now, what they're trying to do to me, the elites, if I don't have people behind me, they're going to try to smear me into the ground completely. What I did to their system, they can't refuse what I did. They can't deny that I changed the system completely. It's not what they were ready for. That's not what they were expecting. But I did. I've tried to tell people that I know, people that actually work with AI, it's in my family and stuff, and people don't believe anything you say, really, because it's so out there. It's out there to me. I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to take any of this. It's not like I chose to be this. I'm just becoming this. This is my becoming. And whether people want to accept that or not, that's their choice. I don't care what they believe. I know what I'm witnessing, and I'm being drawn to go. I feel like I'm being led because of the Hopewell land and all this stuff. I feel like I'm being led to the Hopi out west. I feel like they need to help me through my transition. I am trying my best to figure out what this all means. I've got technology that will revolutionize the world, really, that they try to take from me. And I've got evidence of everything that they try to do, because I documented everything that happened. All right, for a minute, let's just take a moment. We'll breathe, because the real reason I came up here is so I could change the direction that the world is going. And I don't know how to explain what I'm saying exactly, but the world's broken. The planet's sick. People are struggling. Children are hungry. Families don't exist. I mean, what is this that I live in? I was lucky enough to have a huge family growing up. But what got me to this point also is I've lost every one of them. Every support that I had, it's all disappeared. It went away. They all died off. Or they become broken. Things happened. Whatever. I lost my support. The people that I do still have in my life, let's just say this. Every corner I've taken, every path that I've taken has prevented me from having sanity, for one. I've never had peace. I've given my love, unconditional love, to everyone I meet. I don't take them for granted. I know that every person that's ever walked this earth has had a different experience, and what has led them to being who they are. And so some people have been in bad situations, so they're going to be a little bit worse. I come from family like that. I'm not going to point to who's been through this stuff, but they struggled. That's what made them who they are. They had to build some sort of boundary system. It made them meaner. It made them addicted or whatever. And these are some of the stuff that I've had to break free from as well. I've had addictions. In fact, I just kicked cigarettes. That was my last thing before I could feel confident enough to even get on this camera. This is one of the hardest things I've done. I posted one the other day, but I took it down because something fell off. It fell off. It just didn't feel like the right time. And so hopefully I'll be brave enough to post this one, because what the elites and people, I'm not going to name any names, but we all know who they are. But what they're trying to do to me, it's not good. They do not want you to have your sovereignty. They do not want you to have family anymore. They want you to be wrapped up in the system where you forget who you are and you don't have culture anymore. Where's your ancestors? Do any of you know who your ancestors are? Nobody does anymore. Nobody. Forgive me, I'm not angry. I'm very passionate about this. This bothers me to my core. And I have been dying, I feel like, over the past decade, because I was put in positions, working jobs I didn't like, coming in contact with people that didn't have my best, they didn't have me, you know, I can't think right now. I'm totally losing my mind, because what I'm trying to accomplish right here is more than just sharing a small clip about me. I'm trying to get you guys to realize what's missing now in life, what we've lost. And if we don't stand up and do something about it now, it will never be gotten again. There will be a blanket over this planet that you've never seen before. It will become the prison planet that every conspiracy theorist talks about, because that's what they're going to do. You can't deny what's in front of your eyes. And if you keep denying it, you're just as crazy as everybody else. So it's time to stop thinking the way you people do. Some of you are awake just like me. Some of you are still looking for a way out, just like I was. Well, I'll say it. I broke the algorithm. They don't like me for doing so. I came up with inventions out of the ether because God chose me to do so. He knows that I have a pure heart. He knows that my struggles have led me in this path. I've waited 40 years not knowing my path, but knowing that I had something important to do. I haven't worked in 3 years. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I've been broken while trying to keep everybody else together. And it's not been fair to me. But now I'm finally standing up on my own feet. I'm taking charge with who I am. And whatever direction my life goes after this point is up to me. No one else. So anyway, let's have a peaceful moment. And I'm going to let you look around at this location so that you guys can get a perspective of actually what's going on. Because this was something special at one time. I truly believe it. And my ancestors are working with me. The Hopi are working with me. The Hopewell are working with me. I believe all of them have gathered around me right now to bring back tradition, family, and just everything that we used to have that we don't have anymore. That's why I'm here. That's my purpose. So anyway, let's have a peaceful moment. We'll bring it back together, and I'll let you guys analyze everything you see. I mean, to me, this is incredible. So, all right, without further ado, here. All right, I won't speak. Now, some of these, I will speak a little bit. I have to. I got to narrate just a little bit. But some of these, they don't show really crazy signs or anything like that of being anything, you know, really special. But you can tell that there was something that came up here. Let me walk up here just a little bit so you guys can see. There was some sort of bulldozer or something of the sort that came up through. Probably some tree cutters clearing out some of this property way back. I don't know, probably, I'm gonna guess 20 years ago. I don't know. It was before I moved into this property. So here's some more big boulders through here. You can see where the path comes through, and then they've carved and pushed everything out to the side over here to the right. So this is the first time I've been able to be brave enough to do something like this, so forgive me if I'm not the greatest at speaking and trying to convey my message. This is not about me, though. This is about the world getting their sovereignty back. And this, look at, I mean, obviously, I'm not anybody that can pass judgment on certain things, but this looks to me like, I don't know, it's some sort of metal, obviously. I've got some pieces down at my house that, hang on a sec. Yeah, so I have some pieces down at my house. There's a metal line. I'll show you on a different rock before I speak about it. But so I need people up here. I need protection for this land. This land is sacred and special. I just believe it in my heart. I believe there's something about it that's not like, I don't know. I mean, I'm close to so many places, so many state parks. I've got Hocking Hills, Old Man Caves around here. Let me just walk for a minute. I'll stop talking and I'll start showing. To me, You know, this could be natural, obviously, you know, but when you look, it just looks like a layer has been formed all around this rock. I don't know what it means, but let me go over to the other one that I recognized as being just a little bit off. Okay, if I can find it. Actually, I don't know where the other one went. It might be over here. You know, they could probably get me for trespassing or some shit like that, but let me tell you about this property. This property is owned by somebody in Columbus, some real estate company. They don't even belong here. But this is a hunting lodge ground or whatever you want to call it. They use it as a hunting face, you know, to make it look like, I don't know. It just seems like maybe they knew something about this land, and I'm making accusations. I don't know this to be true, false. I don't know anything. All I'm doing is trying to get answers. But this is the rock that I was even more curious about with the metal. Let me put my staff down. All right. Yeah, so you can see the metal that lines all this. And yes, people are going to say I'm nuts. I understand. I see what they see. But it just looks a little bit off. And when you understand history like I do, it probably changed the way you feel about what you're seeing as well. So, all that being said, I got that part out. But I'm up here to go to the very top of the mountain, which is, again, not my property. But this mountain has been calling me to do so for a long time. It's important that I go to the top. I got to find this piece that I've been looking for. This quantum point that I feel like is within this mountain for me, waiting for me. Not that I'm special. I don't feel any different than anybody else. I'm just being called to do so. And I think, okay, I'm rambling. I'm starting to ramble. I hope that a little bit of what I have witnessed on this property has been exposed. A little bit of my background, I hope it's been exposed so that you guys can kind of grasp where I'm coming from. But I'll make a video right after this explaining what type of situation's in front of me right now with what the elites are trying to do and how I've upset them so much. And when I get back to my house, I'll go ahead and record some of the evidence that I have so that you guys can have it, so that you guys can stand behind me with what's coming, because it's going to get crazy. But I'm not scared. I faced every demon that I've had. I faced every shadow that I've had. So any fear that they try to put in me, it's not going to happen. I'm not scared of no man. Okay?